and welcome to day 9 here, Red Delta Project Advent Calendar. Today we're back on to our squat chain with a couple of squatting exercises where, unlike a lot of other exercises we've done on straps where we're leaning onto them and using these as much as possible, the objective with these two movements is to use the straps as little as possible. So we're going to start off with an upright position. I'm not leaning against the straps very much, and the arms are bent roughly at about a 90-degree angle. So very light grip. Straps aren't sagging, but they are tight. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to step out to the side, and we have a lateral squat position. Now, if we start too far back, then we end up with this sort of thing where I'm all stretched out, which is why we want to be fairly close to the handles to begin with. Stepping out, letting the hips sink down, and the knee is slightly inwards. It's not an outward motion like this. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but here, nice and deep. Toes are pointing up towards the anchor point. And then we come back up into the middle, feet together, and we have a close squat as well. And then we go back to the other side, and we alternate back and forth in a smooth, rhythmic pattern. Now, the big mistake that we want to avoid making is falling back too far in either of these exercises. So right now, see how my knees are back, my hips are way over in space, and a lot of my weight is on the straps. Same thing over here. I got a lot of weight on my hands, which means my legs aren't really going to work all that much, and there's not a lot of mobility going on in my ankles and my hips either. So it's not so much about sit way back kind of thing. If anything, we want to kind of come forward so there's as little weight on my hands as possible to ensure most of my weight is on the squatting legs. So the straps now are part of just assistance and not necessarily there to handle a lot of the workload. So we just simply go from one side, back to the middle, back to the other side, alternating back and forth. For some of you, this is going to be a full-on leg strengthening workout. For others, it's going to be more about mobility and stability or dialing in your technique and your neuromuscular proficiency. It's kind of one of those exercises or workout routines that's going to kind of fill in the cracks from what's left over from your normal leg workouts. It's going to be a good warm-up for some of you, maybe a good way to kind of loosen up the legs first thing in the morning. Use it as you like, but my recommendation is to go with this basic movement pattern for a solid minute. You can kind of hear I'm getting a little out of breath. It's a good way to also kind of get the heart rate up and warm up before your normal workouts. More details, as always, down below, and let me know if you have questions in the comment section. Be fit, live free.